I'm just gonna come out and say it. Someone might end up in jail by the end of this video.
Don't do it to me. I beg you. No.
Several weeks ago, I received this email from a fellow content creator who asked to remain anonymous. I'm not friends with this person. I had never heard of them prior to getting this email, and obviously, I'm gonna respect their wishes to remain unnamed. I just don't think they want to be involved in this mess, and I respect that. But I am extremely grateful that they reached out to me, because you guys know I'm not afraid to get a bit dirty, and that's dirty with 2 R's.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love.
Here's what that email said. I've been following your work for a while, especially your criticism around gaming content creators and the cozy life sim space. I recently came across something that I thought might be relevant to your interest, and honestly, I'm still pretty stunned by it. There is a platform where creators can sign up and where developers, especially indie developers, can run campaigns for their games. Creators can apply to these campaigns, cover the games, and get paid based on CPM. It's called Jester.
I came across Jester late last year, and I was in your shoes. I didn't think this was legit.
It's an amazing platform, such a great thing to be offered to creators like myself. I enjoy it so much, and I think that you would too.
And what if I told you that I'm not just making this up, and this is a real platform called Jester?
Thankfully, we have platforms like Jester. Jester has been such a game changer for me because I've been able to connect with studios and post content.
I myself, after 1 month of doing this, have made $7,000. The whole reason I have everything that you see currently in my background is because of Jester.
I wondered if it was too good to be true, and I genuinely thought I was too much of a small fry to even be considered.
It's called Jester, and if you want to sign up, you can go to jester.gg, and if you want your application processed as fast as possible, you can use this referral code.
And something
about that didn't sit right with me. I knew something had happened.
First, I want to explain exactly what Jester is. They describe themselves as a creator marketplace. They connect video game content creators with game studios and developers for the purpose of creating what they call organic and authentic content. Jester is a relatively new platform, and I'm pretty sure it only just launched last year. But to give you some more behind the scenes, here's one creator who actually works with Jester explaining how the whole process works.
I've made $29.4 thousand in like 8 months, and this singular platform is the only reason that after 5 years of trying, I can finally become a full-time content creator. It's called Jester, and all you do is make short form videos for really cool indie games, and you can see here there's like different CPMs and maximums you can earn. So Night Swarm, you can see down here you'll make $5 per 1,000 views. They'll give you an overview of the game, they'll tell you what you need to do, and then suggestions. They'll give you videos that you can edit with, and also sometimes you even get the game for free.
All this is explained on their website, but the TLDR is you make a video about a game and then you get paid. I should have led with that, to be honest. The creator and the studio agree on the terms, and once the videos are posted, then the studio sends the payments to Jester, who takes a percentage of the earnings for brokering the deal, and then Jester issues payments directly to the content creator.
Game studios go to Jester with a marketing budget, list their game on our website kind of like a job post on their views.
And according to reviews, Jester is already very popular among gaming influencers. I found creators with hundreds of thousands of followers who use Jester, as well as a lot of small and mid-sized creators who say Jester has allowed them to start doing content creation full-time. Jester boasts that they've helped nearly 2,000 content creators earn over $2.3 million while generating nearly 1 billion views for hundreds of video games. And this is kind of wild, but on Instagram, Jester posted this video claiming that some of their creators are earning over $10,000 a month. Not a year, a month, just by using the platform.
So these creators are making over $10,000 a month on Jester just to talk about indie games.
A notable example of a company Jester has worked with, which they showcase on their website, is Pocket Pair. That's the studio that makes Pow World, the Pokemon competitor that really blew up a couple years ago. They're not the only ones either. There's a ton of games and game studios that work with Jester, including the ones that make some of our beloved cozy games. Yes. On this channel, we have explored explored the rise of cozy games and discuss how there's an entire economy of people who rely on the continued success and popularity of this nebulous genre of games. There's YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagrammers who earn a living by trying to get you to play the latest cozy game, and they often do this by hopping into the cozy pockets of game companies. We already know that a lot of cozy game influencers are getting paid to promote games. That's not a secret.
Yeah.
This is a genre of games that benefits from a cycle of endless consumerism, where every single week there's a slew of new cozy games promising to be the next big coziest thing, and along with all that comes the influencers trying to sell you those games. Specifically with this genre, overconsumption is the name of the game. Now, the good thing is most of the sponsored videos we see for cozy games are easy to spot. As we know, content creators have an ethical and legal responsibility to tell us when they're getting paid to promote something.
The FTC mandates that you tell your followers anytime something of value is exchanged that could impact your recommendation of a product or service. First of all, it's the law, and the FTC has started handing out fines to both brands and influencers who fail to comply, but it also preserves your integrity and your relationship with your audience, right? So they know that you're honest when you provide them recommendations.
For example, friend of the channel, Miss Bubbles, is seen here getting sponsored to promote a cozy donut Tetris game.
You can check out Kawaii's merch donuts by checking the link down below.
Don't ask me how this game is cozy. I guess as long as you play it in bed, it makes it cozy. I don't fucking know. But credit to Miss Bubbles, she has properly disclosed that she's getting paid. We know this video is sponsored because it has the paid promotion tag, and the creator states in the video that it's a paid partnership.
Thank you, Meta Horizon, for partnering with me on this video.
Some other signs that a video is sponsored would be things like a link to download the game in the description or pinned comment, and oftentimes influencers will put hashtag ad or just simply say thanks to XYZ game for sponsoring this video. When an influencer tells us they're sponsored, we call this a disclosure. And to be clear, disclosures are not optional, they're required by law. They're part of a content creator's legal responsibility to tell us when they're getting paid or getting anything of value to promote a product. In the United States, the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, has guidelines that influencers must follow to clearly show that they're getting sponsored. And every developed country has similar disclosure laws. It's not just the US. Actually, some countries have much stricter laws than the US does. In addition to this, platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram also have policies that require creators to tell us when they're getting money or gifts from a brand. So to summarize, disclosure is not a choice. For creators, it's not a matter of, oh, I'm not sure if I want to say I'm getting sponsored in this video. You have to do it. At this point, you guys are thinking, okay, Judge Malcolm, we get it. What does all this have to do with Jester and the cozy game influencers? Well, let me show you. A few days after I received that email about Jester, I randomly stumbled across this video about a game called The Witch's Bakery. And in the game, you manage a bakery, explore a beautiful Parisian setting, and use your witchy powers to help the locals.
The Witch's Bakery is this absolutely gorgeous, cozy RPG where you play as Witch and Baker Loon, living in Paris, where during the day you run your little bakery, and after work you explore the city, build relationships, and quite literally step inside your friends' troubled hearts to heal them. Between the artwork, story, and music, this game really feels like a labor of love that deserves to be celebrated.
At one point, I was obsessed with Kiki's delivery service, and The Witch's Bakery kind of gave me those vibes. It seems like a cute concept for a game, but after I saw this video, something started to happen. As the algorithm does, I started getting served more and more videos about The Witch's Bakery, and I realized,
oh my God, what is that?
Wait, all these videos are kind of the same, like weirdly similar. Call it spidey senses or whatever, but my perineum was tingling hard.
Yeah.
They all contain the exact same footage from the game. They all included the exact same talking points. They all told me the game is coming in August 2026.
The Witch's Bakery is officially coming in August 2026.
For August 2026.
And the team just announced it's coming out in August.
It is officially launching this August.
They all mentioned which platforms the game would be releasing on.
It's releasing in August for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and the Switch 1 and 2.
On Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
And they all really super recommended that I wishlist the game right now on Steam.
Wishlist it on Steam and consoles.
And you can wishlist it on Steam.
So be sure to wishlist it for future updates.
Definitely make sure to wishlist this one and be sure to follow for more cozy games to play.
Besides obviously having different voiceovers, the videos were exactly the same. And something
about the way he said it just...
What made things even weirder is that when I looked at the dates these videos were posted, they were all published on the exact same day or within a few days of each other. That's not normal. It almost seemed like these videos were all part of a marketing campaign the developer of The Witch's Bakery had organized, which would explain why they all dropped around the same day. But none of these videos were tagged as paid promotion. There was zero indication either in the videos themselves or in the titles or descriptions that these videos were sponsored or that the creators had any relationship with the developer at all. And without any disclosures, these videos all appeared to be honest, authentic, and organic recommendations for The Witch's Bakery. So maybe this was all just one big coincidence. Maybe I was just overthinking it. I know it seems like this is just one big empty void up here, but sometimes I do be in my thoughts. In any other case, I might just brush this all off as one big coincidence, but silly me, there's one more little thing that I forgot to mention. All 6 of the creators who made videos recommending The Witch's Bakery on TikTok just so happen to be following Jester, the site that pays creators to make organic advertisements for games. Interesting. Cozy Squirrel, Cozy Bee Gaming, Yuna Love Games, Ray Variety Games, Indie Game Luke, and Cozy by Joshi all appeared to have some type of affiliation with Jester, or at the very least they knew what Jester was. Jester was even following them on TikTok. Still, could it be possible that this was just a coincidence? Sure, their videos all look and sound like sponsored ads, but I can't just accuse them of something without more proof. So I dug deeper, and the more I investigated, the more I realized The Witch's Bakery was only just the tip of the iceberg. So there's this other cozy game called Witchspire. It's got collecting, crafting, cute creatures, kind of like Palia but with witches. The cozy game people stay running out of ideas. But I guess Witchspire seems okay. There's even a demo you can download on Steam right now. How do I know that? Well, all the cozy influencers on YouTube and TikTok told me, of course.
Explore on Broomback and battle corrupted spirits and more in the demo for Witchspire, which just launched on Steam ahead of its early access launch later this year.
I know you guys really wanted me to update you on this game, so here's your chance to try it. It's on Steam, with the full game releasing later this year.
2 prominent influencers, Cozy Gaming Club and Cozy T Games, both made videos excitedly recommending Witchspire. These videos were posted within just a few days of each other. They're both using the exact same footage from the game, and they're both telling me about the demo that's available to play right now on Steam.
The game is called Witchspire, and the demo just dropped. It's on Steam, with the full game releasing later this year.
The demo for Witchspire, which just launched on Steam ahead of its early access launch later this year.
And I actually found several gaming creators who posted videos about Witchspire around the exact same time. Same footage, same talking points, same everything. But maybe this was just another coincidence. To make sure, I had to check just one more thing, and lo and behold, all of these creators were also following Jester. But Witchspire wasn't the only example. This sounds kind of weird, but I even found a handful of cozy game creators on TikTok and YouTube who randomly, on the exact same day, all posted videos about this upcoming game called 1666 Amsterdam. You may have heard about it. This game is basically Assassin's Creed, where you go around killing people. There's nothing remotely cozy about this game that's clear to everyone watching. So why the fuck are these cozy game influencers suddenly recommending it on the exact same day out of nowhere? There's no disclosure on these videos, there's nothing saying these are sponsored, yet these videos look and sound like ads in every conceivable way. What exactly is going on here? Why are Cozy Bee Gaming, Cozy Squirrel, and Cozy Prince making videos about a fucking Assassin's game? And oh yeah, before you ask, all these creators are also affiliated with Jester. At this point in my investigation, I had to put down my pipe because I was getting paranoid as fuck. Was it possible that all of these 10 creators who made videos for The Witch's Bakery and 1666 and Witchspire just so happened to genuinely like and recommend those games? Yes, it was suspicious that all these videos looked like ads and they were posted around the same time and all these creators just so happened to be following Jester, but also if these creators were saying they're not sponsored, that these are not advertisements, then shouldn't we just trust them? Shouldn't we just take their word for it? Why would we assume otherwise? Why would we assume that they're lying and that these are secret advertisements? Either these content creators were telling the truth and these were honest, authentic recommendations, or they were all lying and secretly getting paid to make these videos. But which was it? At this point, I decided to go back to Jester's website and just look it over one last time, and that's when I found the smoking gun. One of the creators who had made a video for Witchspire, Cozy T Games, was featured right there on Jester's website as one of their, quote, most valuable creators. Cozy T Games has 700,000 followers on TikTok, 500k on Instagram, and over 100k on YouTube, and it turns out she wasn't just following Jester on social media, she was working with them. And Jester's website proved it.
Yeah, I got you! I got you on camera. You ain't know that.
But there was still no proof that this video for Witchspire was an ad and that she had gotten paid to make it. Except, funny enough, her video for Witchspire was also right there on Jester's homepage as an example of one of the many ads creators had made using the platform.
This game is called Witchspire and it's coming out next year, but playtests are open right now.
And there it was. This was proof that this Witchspire video was not an honest recommendation. This was an advertisement and Cozy T Games had been paid to make it. And by not disclosing this to her viewers, Cozy T Games was literally breaking the law.
Allegedly. The lawyer lady up there in the booth is telling me to say allegedly.
Cozy T Games has over 1 million followers across all of her social media. She's based in the United States, and she posted undisclosed advertisements for this game, which is in direct violation of the FTC's disclosure guidelines. So if her videos were advertisements and she was getting paid to make this, what about all the other videos for Witchspire and The Witch's Bakery and 1666? If one creator is posting undisclosed ads, what are the odds that these other creators are doing the same? I'm gonna say this part very clearly to cover my ass. All of this is alleged and merely my humble opinion, but I believe all the videos I've shown you so far for The Witch's Bakery and 1666 Amsterdam and Witchspire, I believe all 12 of these videos are paid advertisements. And if this is the case and my assumptions are correct, that means all of these creators also failed to disclose that they were paid, which means all of them are also breaking the law. Jester and the dozens of game companies and hundreds of influencers they represent are all part of an organized scheme to profit off of deceiving us. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and baby, this is a wildfire. After realizing what was happening here, I still had a lot of questions. Who exactly was to blame? Was it the game studios? Was it the influencers? Maybe it was Jester. Is it possible that Jester was encouraging influencers to keep their sponsorships a secret? I went back to Jester's website and I did some poking around and I found two things worthy of note. First was their terms of service, which clearly state that creators are required to disclose their videos as advertisements. Per Jester's terms of service, quote, creators are individually responsible for ensuring their posts comply with FTC disclosure requirements. Disclosures must be clear, conspicuous, and unavoidable regardless of platform limitations. Non-compliant posts may result in loss of payment, rejection of deliverables, or removal from Jester. On the website, they also include links to the FTC's disclosure guidelines. Based on the terms of service, Jester appeared to be covering all their bases. These are terms that influencers are agreeing to when they sign up to use Jester, and the platform is clearly informing the creators of their responsibility to abide by disclosure laws. But I still wondered, was it possible behind the scenes that Jester was gently encouraging creators to not disclose their videos as ads? Jester's website says that they specialize in, quote, organic advertisements. By organic, do they mean fake recommendations for video games? We can't deny that they might have a vested financial interest in doing that. After all, if something appears to be a natural recommendation, then viewers are more likely to believe it and then go out and purchase that thing. Well, on Jester's website, there's a section where they provide case studies or examples of successful advertisements that their influencers have made for games. Here's one example they gave. Two creators on TikTok named Mild Sauce and Cozy Prince both made videos about a game called Totally Secure Airport. Fun fact here, this game is not even out and there's not even a demo to play, so these creators didn't even play the game, but regardless, they were tasked with making videos that authentically recommended the game. And apparently they did a great job of that, because their videos promoting Totally Secure Airport racked up 8.5 million views on YouTube and TikTok. So I went to the TikTok pages of Mild Sauce and Cozy Prince to find those sponsored videos, and lo and behold, their videos contained absolutely zero disclosures. Neither of these creators actually told their viewers that they were getting paid. There was no paid promotion disclosure on their videos, no indication that these videos were ads, no hashtag saying they were sponsored, yet the company that makes this game was handing them cash under the table. And Jester was using them as examples of successful advertising campaigns. What?
I hate this girl. Like, I can't fucking stand her until she proves me wrong. But she won't. She's a fucking bitch. Fuck her.
I'm pretty sure if a creator has to deceive their viewers and break the law, there's nothing successful about that. And they should certainly not be used as examples of success. If you weren't convinced by Witchspire and 1666 and the Witch's Bakery, here's even more proof that these creators are posting undisclosed ads. Another case study directly from Jester's website was for a game called Whisk, and they highlighted 3 separate creators who made ads for that game.
This is Whisk, a 2-player platformer that is all about shared movement and communication.
Naturally, I went to their channels to see if those videos mentioned anywhere that they were paid to make them, and, well, I think you all know what I found. In the words of a great philosopher, absolutely nothing. By the way, our friend Cozy T Games also appears to have posted an undisclosed ad for this exact same game.
This game is called Whisk, and it is a bouncy, fast-thinking puzzle platformer. The demo is free on Steam, either online with friends or in couch co-op mode. Best enjoyed with a cup of strawberry jasmine tea.
Okay. According to Jester, the 3 videos for this game resulted in 18,000 wishlist on Steam. These campaigns, according to them, were a massive success. Yet that success was rooted in dishonesty and manipulation. To reiterate, not only is this behavior against the law in the US and most countries, it also violates TikTok's and YouTube's own policies for sponsored videos. So not only was it Witchspire and the Witch's Bakery and 1666 Amsterdam, it's also Totally Secure Airport and Whisk and probably countless other games. After seeing these case studies, which again Jester was proudly showcasing on their website as examples of successful advertising campaigns, I couldn't help but think that Jester was encouraging this behavior. Why else would they use these influencers as examples? They clearly know what's going on. So after learning all this, I decided to channel my inner Karen. Yep, she's in there. Just had to prod her a little bit and she woke right up. And she wrote up an email to Jester. Hello, my name is not Malcolm. I run a YouTube channel about video games. I'm currently working on a video where I'll be discussing Jester and the role that the platform plays in the proliferation of undisclosed video game advertisements on social media. I've read through Jester's terms of service and I understand that the platform encourages content creators to follow FTC guidelines for disclosure, but I've noticed that this advice is rarely followed by creators. Even in the videos shown on the case study section of Jester's own website do not contain disclosures of any form by the respective content creators. I'm sure you understand that this is not only illegal, but also incredibly deceptive on both the creators and the game studio's part. If you're able to provide a response to the following questions, I'll do my best to include them in the video. Jester's website claims that it looks for content creators who will make, quote, organic and authentic content. Does Jester in any way encourage creators to not disclose, tag, or otherwise indicate that they're getting paid for their videos? And second, Does Jester have any systems in place to verify that creators and game studios are complying with FTC disclosure guidelines and/or platform-specific disclosure policies? I appreciate any response you may provide. Kindly eat my ass, not Malcolm. That last part I just threw in there, but that's actually what I wanted to say.
Fuck you, bitch.
Now, I wrote this email not expecting any kind of response or at the very least, some default customer service reply, but surprisingly, within 12 hours, I received a response and this email came directly from the CEO and co-founder of Jester, a man named Madine Abrar. Here's his LinkedIn and here's his Twitter, where his one and only tweet says, "Millionaire or dead by 30, no in between." That's very telling, Madine. Anyway, this is what the CEO of Jester said in his reply. "Hey, not Malcolm, it's good to hear from you. I'm Madine, CEO and co-founder of Jester. Happy to answer any and all questions for you. I'd love to provide some additional context. We're content creators ourselves and built Jester as a way to help smaller creators find collabs while making it easier for indie games to be discovered. It's been 10 months and so far we've been able to get visibility on over 450 indie games as well as help over 1,800 creators get paid close to $2.3 million, turning many people into full-time creators off Jester alone. We're a small team, so moderation is a scaling problem that we're actively tackling, but to directly answer your questions, we do not encourage creators to not disclose their content and in fact actively do the opposite. When we refer to organic/authentic content, we mean content that creators normally post, such as gameplay vids, funny moments, and other non-scripted videos. The guidelines from studios are purposely open-ended to allow more styles of content to be showcased. You can even see here that lately creators are now disclosing due to our active efforts on this matter. Number 2, we currently perform automated checks for disclosure indicators such as hashtags like game name partner. That said, we take compliance very seriously. We're actively improving our systems, expanding creator education around disclosure requirements, and building more guides around FTC, ASA, and other applicable regulations. I know the onus of disclosure technically isn't on us as the platform, but part of Jester's benefit is that you don't need to be a massive creator to earn money. We realized many smaller creators don't understand proper disclosure laws, which is why we're trying to make it as obvious and apparent as possible with more guides, tools, and automated checks. For additional context, Jester is a small bootstrap team of new grads and we've grown significantly faster than we anticipated. This is not an excuse, but it has obviously created unexpected and new operational/compliance challenges as we scaled. I appreciate your concerns and want to assure you it's something that we're aware of and actively investing a lot more time trying to figure out. Happy to answer any more questions in the meantime. Best, Madine." So Madine included 4 screenshots in his email, and I found these to be rather enlightening. Here's what one of the screenshots shows. A creator is asking, does putting ad as the first thing in caption make you safe if you're in America? And Madine replies, yes, putting ad or sponsored is literally like the nuclear compliance option. To verify, the FTC says on their website that disclosure should be included in multiple parts of a video, not just in the caption, not just in the description, but also it should be spoken out loud in the video. This screenshot was particularly telling, and it appears that a creator's asking, so we don't need to designate our videos as promotional. And this person, who I'm assuming is a Jester employee, is responding, no, in the US you are required to clearly and conspicuously disclose these videos as promotion/ads. Otherwise, the FTC will happily take you down. And to be frank, this is true for the majority of countries. Most have rather strict laws for promotional videos and labeling. This Jester employee with the Pokeball profile picture needs a raise, for sure. In another screenshot, a creator says, it's not scripted or anything, it's just highlights from my live stream of the game. It appears that this creator is trying to argue that they don't need to disclose the video as a sponsorship, and the Jester employee responds, you are still getting paid, therefore it is always a promotional piece. This includes free keys you get from publishers as well. And they link the guide from the FTC website. So it appears that Jester is doing their best with some of these creators to remind them that they have a legal responsibility to disclose that they're getting paid to make these videos. However, I do find it extremely odd that on Jester's own TikTok page, there are dozens of undisclosed video game advertisements. So do they understand disclosure laws or do they not? But I think the biggest takeaway from the CEO's reply is that this is happening everywhere. If anyone watching this was still unsure whether these video game recommendations were actually paid advertisements or not, Medin's response confirms it. In the email, he admits that these creators working with Jester are not properly disclosing their sponsored videos in a lot of cases. And yes, I understand that this is Medin's company and it's doing very well. He's probably making a lot of money from Jester and he wants to protect this platform that he's helped build. So his natural instinct, of course, is to absolve Jester of any wrongdoing. But at the end of the day, the onus of disclosure is not on Jester as a platform or even the game studios they work with. That responsibility is always on the creators. Look, even if a game studio tells an influencer, we want you to make a video, but we don't want you to market it as paid promotion or say it's an ad, it's still your responsibility as a creator to say, no, fuck all the way off. That's not gonna happen. I could get my ass fined for doing that, not to mention it's illegal and also super disrespectful to my viewers. All these creators I've shown you in the video, Cozy Tea Games, Mild Sauce, Duck Invaders, Cozy Squirrel, you guys are straight up lying to your audience. It's disgusting to me. There is no excuse for this. There's no way they don't know that they have to say they're getting paid. If you have a 5th grade reading level, you know you have to disclose your videos as paid promotion if you're getting money. Yeah. So as a creator, I have to ask, how can you lie and deceive people so easily? And for what? A few $100s? Is it really worth compromising your integrity over a fucking slop cozy game? Seriously?
Death to all of them.
But this whole thing is not about one creator or 10. I believe there are potentially hundreds of creators who are posting undisclosed ads for games on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and probably every social media platform, including Truth Social. I'm sure there's some MAGA games out there. In that email I showed you at the beginning of this video, that content creator went on to explain that they also had serious concerns that these creators affiliated with Jester were posting undisclosed ads. It's one thing to post a video that's sponsored and forget to check that little box that says this video is a paid partnership. Because if you're doing things legally and above board, then you're also saying in the video that it's sponsored, you'll have it in the description, it'll be clearly visible to your viewers as the FTC disclosure laws dictate it should be. What we're witnessing here is not an accident. These creators are not forgetting to disclose that they're paid for these videos. They're doing this on purpose. This is blatant deception and manipulation. These videos for games like The Witch's Bakery were purposely made to look like honest, genuine recommendations for this brand new cozy game, but in reality, they're nothing of the sort. I mean, seriously, are we expected to believe that these creators just so happen to discover these games and make videos for these games all around the same exact time? You're telling me they all just so happen to post these videos on the same fucking day?
Yeah, right.
Be so for real. That they're all showing the exact same footage and saying the exact same talking points, and that they all just miraculously happen to be affiliated with a website that specializes in paying creators to make organic ads for these very games. This is a collective effort by gaming influencers to deceive us. It's fucked up. They're getting cash under the table and turning around and acting like, oh my god, I just found the coolest game ever. And here's the scary part, okay? I took a look at Cozy Tea Games page on YouTube and TikTok, and there is video after video after video of recommendations for the most obscure random fucking games in existence.
This game teaches you the meaning behind every flower and how to form a bouquet that sends the right message. This one is called Thank You for Your Application. In this game, you're a caterpillar with no intention of becoming a butterfly. You're an arcane librarian and solving the strange crimes haunting this dreary village. So search and gather resources like berries, mushrooms. You are the sovereign of a magical town. You're a therapist for vampires in this game and will even learn to use real life. If you like Dave the Diver and Repo, this 4-player co-op game is exactly for you. You're 10 years old on the day the world is meant to end. Everyone knows it's going to happen.
I went and looked at your page, and you look exactly like what I thought. Not shit. Cause I'm gonna be clear with you, baby. You look like the struggle is motherfucking real. You look like you need a job.
And I'm not exaggerating either. It's literally hundreds of videos that, for all intents and purposes, look like advertisements, but 90% of them have zero disclosure. There's zero indication here that Cozy T Games is getting paid to make the majority of these videos, but I believe that she is. When you open up YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you can find a multitude of channels just like Cozy T Games where creators appear to be giving their honest recommendations for games, and that is why this is such a problem, because we don't know who to trust anymore. We can't trust any of them, actually. Even the ones who are actually being honest and not lying to their viewers straight up. We don't know anymore what is a real honest recommendation and what's not. That's the problem. For example, Mad Morph, another very popular Cozy creator, his videos and Cozy T Games videos sound like they're reading from the exact same script. Their videos are fucking indistinguishable to me, bro. They all start the same, they have the same hooks. I'm not accusing Mad Morph of doing undisclosed ads, but the issue is we don't know. Now, is he doing honest recommendations for these games? How many of these is he secretly being paid for? Another popular creator, Cozy K, I've talked about her on this channel before. She has done an inordinate amount of videos recommending Cozy games. Guess what? Jester's following her on TikTok. Does she work with them too? Most of her videos are tagged as paid partnerships, but the ones that aren't, how do we know that they're not secret ads? Actually, I heard that Cozy K is a lawyer, so I'm assuming she knows better than to break the law, so I'm gonna give her a pass here. Cozy K, what's up? But this is the problem, okay? This select few of greedy people, the almost 2,000 individuals who work with Jester, you guys have ruined it for everyone. And I hope that other content creators who are watching this and seeing what's going on speak up and put these people on blast, because these creators who are making these undisclosed ads have ruined it for everyone who does video game recommendations, for everyone that does the top 10 cozy games of this month videos. Did this person get paid to make this? Is this post secretly sponsored? We don't know. That's the problem. Do you know how many videos I've seen that say, I just found the most amazing cozy game ever?
I think I might have just found the cutest and coziest game of 2026 so far.
I just found the cutest cozy game, Heartopia.
Did you really just find that game, or do you only know about it because they're paying you under the table? I see recommendations all the time where people are saying, oh my god guys, this is the coziest game ever. And the game's about a fucking corgi who wears a mech suit. Yeah, that's a real game.
The game is called Animal Kind, and the updated demo drops February 23rd for Steam Next Fest. Be sure to follow for more cozy games to play.
No. Be honest, did you get paid to make this video? Because I'm pretty sure you got paid to make the 1666 video and the Witch's Bakery video. So how many of these other videos on Cozy Squirrel's channel are actually sponsored? Maybe I'm just naive and I should have known better, but for the longest time I would see videos like this and I wouldn't bat an eye. I would trust that these influencers were not breaking the law. But now we know that behind the scenes, many of these creators are actually getting paid to recommend these games, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be talking about them if they weren't. Yes, what they're doing is illegal, and no, that's not enough to stop them apparently. I want to be clear that not every gaming influencer who recommends games is secretly getting paid, but what I am saying is that we don't know who we can trust. As much as paid promotion is a plague within the video game space, perhaps it's not the obvious influencer shills who are clearly getting sponsored that we need to be most skeptical of. Perhaps it's these other creators like Cozy T Games who are the wolves in sheep's clothing. I see a lot of these people for who they are. These are lying, cheating, low down, dirty influencer shills. I'm honestly disgusted. It is your fundamental responsibility as a creator to be transparent about partnerships and the brands you work with. And these creators have broken the trust of the very people who helped build and grow their platforms.
Her. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
So ultimately, yes, these influencers have failed. They're derelict in their duty as influencers. They have broken the law. I think their accounts should be banned. I think the game studios who worked with these creators should be really ashamed that they're getting sales and making money based off of lies. That's not something to be proud of. If you have to make money by lying to people, You're scum. This is a bad look for everyone involved. But I have a boner to pick with Jester for a second here. If any of you have been watching me, you know I collect receipts like Mario collects coins. So before I sent that email to Jester, I took screen recordings of all the case studies that were listed on Jester's website, including this one that I showed earlier for that creator Mild Sauce. Well, a day after I got that response from the Jester CEO, I went back to that very same video on Mild Sauce's channel. Interesting thing I noticed. On the left is the screen recording I took of his video prior to me sending that email, and on the right is his video after Jester CEO replied to me. Can you guys spot the difference? Wow, would you look at that? This creator went back to his video that he posted in February and he tagged it as a paid partnership 4 months after the fact, just one day after Jester CEO replied to my email. That is not a fucking coincidence. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm pretty sure my email was the impetus for that. But here's the thing, for 4 months that video was an undisclosed ad. So it sounds to me like Jester reached out to this creator after I sent my email and told him, hey, we know we're using your video as a case study on our website and we just realized it's breaking the law, so please go back and mark that video as an ad. Here's what's even funnier. This creator, Mild Sauce, retroactively marked nearly all of his videos on his channel as paid partnerships. So it looks to me like someone here is doing damage control. At the end of the day, legally, Jester is not in the wrong in this situation, but I do believe that they're fully aware that many of their creators are breaking the law.
The snow looks wonderful though.
Yeah, the fact that there's so many of these undisclosed ads, all from creators who are working with Jester, that made me suspicious. It made me think that maybe Jester behind the scenes was encouraging these creators to not disclose, which is why I asked that in the email. However, I just came across this video and it completely changed my mind. Love Games is a creator with 70,000 followers on TikTok and almost 40K on YouTube. And she is one of the Jester affiliated creators who has several undisclosed ads on her channel for games. And she even made these weird videos promoting or maybe defending Jester.
This is a scam. It's literally not. I can answer any questions you have about it. For anyone that's confused, Jester is a new platform that pays gaming creators to create little 30-second videos for indie games like these. And I recently made and have been making videos about Jester, but I made one saying we desperately need gaming creators because Next Fest is coming June 15th, and we have like $1 million worth of gaming campaigns coming in, so Jester has asked all of us to help bring more creators because they need them.
I don't know if this Jester video is an ad, it sure looks like it, and I wouldn't put it past them at this point. But here's the thing, someone who's this informed about Jester and is seemingly so knowledgeable about the whole process of working with Jester, there is no fucking way that this creator doesn't know what she's doing.
In this roguelike game, nobody moves unless you do. So if anything is in this game, you have to change your whole personality to get people to— You walk the line between dreams and reality in this new indie game. Did you know about this new anime-inspired roguelike that you can actually play with your— An artist named Manny drew every single frame of this game, which is— In this game, you have to become the nightmare that other nightmares fear.
She is intentionally choosing not to disclose these videos as advertisements. It's fucked up. These people are liars, bro. This shit pisses me off so bad. And sure, some of the smaller creators might be uninformed, but I think the vast majority of them, like this one, are fully aware that what they're doing is wrong, and that's what's so disturbing about this.
So as you can see here, I've made $47.2 thousand so far.
They're getting their bag at the end of the day, so they don't care. One of Jester's biggest influencers, Cozy T Games, posted this video on TikTok and YouTube, and it's this game where you're a librarian. I think some of you may have seen it because there was controversy about the game having undisclosed generative AI. Real solid choice there, huh? Anyway, this video got 2.4 million views on TikTok. This video is not marked as paid partnership. It's not disclosed anywhere that it's an ad, but I believe it is because it looks like all of her other videos that are undisclosed ads. If she is secretly being paid a CPM rate, which is again, she's getting a certain amount per 1,000 views on the video, this means she made thousands of dollars from this one video. Again, there's no disclosure, just like there was no disclosure on her Witchspire video. Clearly, honesty isn't her strong suit. But how many of the other videos on her channel are also undisclosed ads? 90%? 50%? 10? The problem is that we don't know. And this is why I would really love to see some other content creators talk about this and push back and speak up, because the group of 2,000 creators who worked with Jester are hurting every single gaming creator out there. Anyone who does video game recommendations or plays new games, or according to one of those screenshots, it even sounds like some creators are getting paid to do live streams and they're not disclosing those live streams as ads either. This hurts the credibility of every single gaming creator out there, even if you did nothing wrong. So everybody should be pissed. The viewers, the players, the content creators, the video game companies who may or may not be using Jester. Everyone suffers because of the dishonest behavior from these Jester affiliated creators. I want to be super clear. My goal is not to attack the game companies or the gaming influencers who are involved in this situation, but we should not be ignoring the severity of what's happening. These people are breaking the law, and I'm not going to soften my delivery to protect these people who are liars. That is not happening over here, okay? I want to be so clear, because I have made several videos talking about influencers who do shady shit or who manipulate or who engage in anti-consumer practices. And every single time I talk about another creator who is doing something, those creators will turn around and say, I'm being bullied, I'm being harassed, I'm being attacked, I don't feel safe, I think not Malcolm is trying to murder me. Genuinely, that is how they respond. Even if I said your name in this video, I promise you, if anyone involved in this mess starts crying and acting like they're victims and saying Malcolm is a big bad bully, it will not end well for you. If anybody involved in this situation feels like they're being wrongfully accused, you need to respond with receipts, and that is it. Because right now, the evidence is stacked against these people, and a lot of them look really fucking bad. I just want to reiterate one last time that disclosure laws exist to protect children, teens, the elderly, impressionable adults, disabled individuals. These laws exist to protect everyone from deceptive advertisements. And these influencers and game studios, facilitated by Jester, have colluded to deceive all of us for their financial gain. They have grossly abused their platforms and engaged in deceptive practices. This behavior is reprehensible. Anyway, if you guys don't hear from me for a while, I've probably been kidnapped and someone has put me in cozy jail. And at this point, I don't know if it's Jester. It could be a cozy influencer, a cozy game company. It could be Heartopia, Animula Nook. I guess it could even be Crafton, an Inzoi stan, EA, a Sims influencer.
Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm, 'cause he was a